There are two TikTok alive shapes you have held in my hand. So which one can find a fake? My brother, come together until you find it in Android. Let's log in the tip 10 entrances over this mobile. I want to give another information briefly, friends. I made the previous Instagram one. In fact, some comments of that video did not bother me, frankly, because he hasn't understood the issue yet. Friends, if I have never an application movie in any way, I do not do any work to carry or do not deceive meteoric. I'm just showing your design here. So the truth is that people use their daily life. How are they designing? I'm trying to show this. So there is no programming on the side. So I do not enter a Google and connect to Google account. Of course, how does it do this day? I show this. If you want to continue such content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Think of it flowing to us. Join, you can support me about this recognition. Also, if you have an application if you want me to make his admission, I will write a heart to your comments. The goodness of the good. Come on. Hi, souls. I'm Cubalican. Today we will design TikTok's entry into the entrance. Of course, I will not only show the current programming section from the design. There are bad people among you. It can use it for that purpose. Now let's not extend the chicken to start our operations. Before I start, let me tell you this. On this left, you see the EDDA on the screen. There are grasses, craft apple, TikTok logo, elections, images such as person, Google and Facebook. I found it. You can get them by Google anyway, provided that they are and the pianist. Deeth friends, we are creating a project on Endre. We'll create with men, friends. The name is full. Tick. That knows. Yes, our project is currently being formed. Wheelie Noi, wait a little. Thanks. He will do his installations right now. In the meantime, if the image shifts like this, do not look at the birds because of the cable. Normally I connect to that PS. I somehow connect the cable, and I was reflecting the image directly. It's better that way. Now I'm getting two families of video. I will combine in two videos, with montage. In the meantime, friends, I'm a food tool. Please, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. At least you will support me. Lessons. We buy it for our dinner. Friends, everything was founded. Let's come. What do we need? As you have seen about the compensation, we use the Hutu. I will continue to be Glenn because the construction titular is UKCA. It allows him to keep all the objects we will put in a more stretching way. Now let's check the bare grass without further ado. Let's see the surrender and only Patrick top X. Let's even have it good. And the BK anti will be indicated as follows. Now friends, we're lifting a house here. Your tick on the login page has a cross on the left side. So there is Kloof. He's out of the pressure. Let's do the cross from there, friends. In the meantime, before I do the cross, let me show you this. There is a section called rest. Find drive here. You have to transfer the cross to drive. Look like you transfer it. You will see it when you don't look around. We will find the cross in drive and then use the implication in a box. I want to tell you this, friends. I'm going to deal with such genes one by one. I already wrote. I'm seeing on the left side. Is there any missing? I'm looking at them. I will tell you for him anyway. I have already explained that you have seen it right now in the form of Instagram. If you haven't watched my aunt, I leave it on the card and watch it. I'm just going to pass fast here. You just need to know what's where. Now friends, we have ever installed it through this tone. What did we do? We even had an ID, a delicate, background, great and content lyrics, that it means closer job. He said to close it. You can think of it as if it would be the lantern. We gave hating 8 DP. We gave a gap to disperse the frustration with a TAF from inside. Network. Here is the barbecue of drive to the aunt. Look, normally formats are not written. Plus the left of the Marcy of the left side to the left to create a gap of 20 dp. You also insight. Either these friends are full without breaking the proportion. In other words, he mentions that the frame will be the middle of the IMC button. I am trying to mean the photo after the photo. Layout constraint ball. What about this money? Create a gap from the top actually means. The other is a gap from the beginning. So you can think of it. Friends, create a gap from the top, create a gap from the beginning. I realized that he's staying around. He came to understand. There is nothing else. So this sleepy understanding is a federal. What else did we have? We have a bay. So the help part. Here is. I'm getting this. I'm throwing travel. Now let's put the help icon right now. Yes. Now friend said the same help here in the interior button to dinner. So we went and went. He gave 6 here. 8 gave it there. 6. I suppose I didn't have to get it in a thickness. Margin rift 20 dp. Look here. Left created a gap from the left side here. He created a gap from rift. In the same way, the gap from the tube of the parrot. And he showed it as ENT here, that is, a gap from the end. No trouble friends. This way we continue. There is also an article on the middle side of TikTok La login. Let's add this article. So we will use a tag of a text. Isn't that like that? ID psi given. Here we have mentioned the BDT weight. We have written the article as a Dexter. The number Z, so we have appeared that swallow. Polyol also black as black. We said to be thick at the tilde. This was layout consent top. This thing, friends, there is a cross above. He says he Illinois be below his multiplication. There was a text under TikTok login. What is the writing? See your account management notifications, videos, comment and more. Let's place it at the bottom, friends. A house will be used again. There is not much, actually the same. We have done a lies to get damage to get only the same with 290 dp. If I would normally say wrap here, look like this is opening. Even to make a look like I likened it with 290 dp. Then we gave the text. Look at this, Caitlin. So we said it will be below. I think you've understood. Here, SAP takes Jody does not make it mention flexible production as it will remain under him. This provides Constantine as a flexible and somehow to use it. Actually, this is a good thing I would recommend to you in a way that you use Constantine lot. Brother is currently using line a lot to use. You forget Constantine lot. Now we have added this tone to map rate friends. We gave BTN TikTok an ID. We gave the excitement of what 300 he gave here. We've taken TikTok from the logo. We already bought it from Start. Star Pro will get the Constantine lot out of the output. As petting, we came to 20 dB in vain. It only applies to icon. We gave the size of 20 dB. My visual. Actually, he could shrink a little more. Indeed, it has shrunk a little more. I noticed him. Stalk this visit 1 dB, so we have given some balloon to the edges. And let me enter again that we have given a color. We gave petting start 15 dB. There is nothing, friends. There's no situation like a difference. We also mentioned that he will be under the SAP title. We mentioned that it will be below the summer above. But we couldn't stand it again. We gave a 24 dB range in the margin toxum. Then what's right under him, brother? The home mail phone number to be used under it. Ellis entrance part and person. You see now. It is also climatic friends. Now I will have a warning. What alert person? Let's upload a person who will grandfather, friends here. My staff may be a little difference. Normally, it has a slightly 3-generational structure. A little more, son. So of course, an uncle with him is mine. Now friends, we have added it to your personnel. Here the photo sometimes slips. Don't look. It is actually beautiful. Normally, it is beautiful when you make an open door. Let me see this 1 year here right now. It doesn't think it's all beautiful, but I want to do it like this. A year. Normally it is beautiful, friends. Don't look at him, it looks like TikTok. Sometimes it hangs. Looks at the rows. Anyway, we also told me what you can do. 11 SYPS. So we have mentioned the text of the text. Yeah, I'm looking at a little reality right now. Small for him. I was a little small too. I noticed it was a thick writing. The article disappears because we're small. I've already appointed a thickness here. Almost the same as the same loader. Here, too, he wants Facebook to hold. I think we are uploading in our image and I think it will come to life. Friends, there will be such a stuck. Don't get me wrong. Normally it works. He was angry here, he can't update it somehow. This has such a problem. There's nothing can be done. If you wish, I can do it in a way by opening it to the application. When you open the editor's hungry cover. Friends. Because you said a work. If you wish, on the side of the margin ball value soon. There is a multiplication or up. 10 you can throw a space up and average it exactly. Here is something that is left with your taste. We installed it in this coal. Let's upload it with EPL so that he never asks again. You don't get confused with us. Now let's perform a check again, friends. It will probably be. Now let's make our tests in a control bond. Yes. All of them are now full of thanks. You have an article. This is the text of the information. This text is subtext. And under him. Do you have an account? If there is a registration, such as a phrase enters. Continue with Apple under the button. There will be an information text. Let's place this. Again, this text is found as text, but I will give you brief information. This text about this text in some words should be thick writing. And it should be black. It has a text color, luminous color here. We haven't done this yet. He warns him. We go down to the bottom. You can't see the article here. Because we will put the article here, we will put the main activity. We're going to put a house under him. You can think of it everywhere. Actually, we're going to put a line, gray a line. Again, we will put a record router to register just below that line. Let's come friends main activity. Yes, we control it. The article did not come, because we will add the empty writing into the main activity. We will add it to the wild. Here we only set the places to write the article. Rather, you don't touch here friends. I will give me. You stick the code. He's going to want a lot of work or writing one by one. This way you get it, brother. If you ask where we will buy these codes, please. Because I'm publishing them on my Discord channel. You can look from there. We're checking again. Let's see. Yes. What are you noticing here? Let me tell you. First, we have mentioned some of these shades as this tone. My text. We have entered more construction. Now all here as BTN TikTok. Here you can fall as if it was the 15 dealer. Here comes a stove on Facebook. We introduced these tones. And come here by taking the variable horses here. What will happen because the set is 10? That toast will take the screen. My texts are entry. New or icon free of such an economic issue. Some phones appear icon. I noticed it on some phones. My texts are entry. Will write. Atlas, let me show you like this. Below. Look what's this, for example. Iron looks. For example, the phone is also visible. For example, you see such ethics. For example, I was eliminated. Login on Facebook. We made some words thick. For example, we have made the lighting council thick. I said to you to make some words thick. We did something like this. Let me even tell you like this. Don't you have a register account, for example, this friend? Here we have made your font a little more pink. And we did it a little thick. And we made the expression thick. Our business is that simple. And many of you are talking about, brother, you're doing this from artificial intelligence. You sell it to the nation. Your friend. Yes. You can get artificial intelligence. But artificial intelligence gives you too much wrong. I noticed him. I have to check the data I have received in artificial intelligence for the inference from this field. In order to offer you better service, I have to do the small details in the meantime. So he can't do artificial intelligence. Inevitably, a software developer has to close the crazy errors. If you have an application, you will write that application to the comments. I look at it too. Some applications will not allow if the application is. Don't forget to like this video if you like it, brother. What do we say? I am your red. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire.